Okay, we're here at Rezzed 2014 in Birmingham with three quarters even of the Boneloaf developing team. Say hi, guys. Do you want to introduce yourselves?
Hi, I'm Jason.
James. Michael.
Michael, nice to meet you guys. Can you give us a rough idea of what Gang Beasts your game is about?
Yeah, shall I go?
Go.
It's a physics-based fighting game. We kind of think of it as a sandbox fighting game, so we're just trying to, at the moment, come up with enough interesting, unusual ways to kill each other.
It just looks like a plasticine free-for-all. It's incredible.
It's pretty much that's an exact description of the game. So just like basically beat up your friends. That's what we're facilitating. We just beat them up, throw them into something dangerous, and then win. Raise your arms in the air, run around. That's the game basically at the moment.
Okay. So what changes are you planning to make? You mentioned you want to make a lot more detail on the environments and stuff like that.
We want to be able to add customization to the characters and stuff like that. There's a single player co-op mode that we want to implement. There is already a kind of street level in where you go down the street, fight a bunch of people, and then there's a big boss at the end who destroys you.
A large pink plasticine man.
Large pink plasticine man.
Oh, yeah, the big pink man.
They don't look sinister enough in their description for what they're actually carrying out. They're literally beating each other to death.
Narrow their eyes a little bit, but there'll be a bit more of that. But he is truly brutal. But we've kind of put him in just to find out how people are playing him. So currently, like a one-player strategy is to grab him from behind and punch him in the ribs endlessly. 2 players, you can kind of jump up to his head or whatever. But ultimately, there'll be things in there like punch him in the crotch, he'll double over, and you can then get access to his head, which is a weak spot. And there'll be kind of multi-stage boss fights in the game. But we're concentrating on the kind of multiplayer aspect of it now because that's already kind of playable and fun, and people are enjoying that. So we've got about 9 or 10 maps currently. There's going to be a lot more, and for the story modes, we're going to look at kind of stringing them together in some kind of logical way, different districts of the city that we're making. So that's kind of what we're planning at the moment. But there will be other game modes like smash the car up, raid the shop. There will be kind of just fun little
Lots of destructibles.
Yeah, time trial, destructible environments, that kind of stuff.
I think going with the kind of cute destructive theme is quite funny because obviously, like you say, smashing a car up, they don't look sinister enough, and it's sort of really quite cute and sort of quirky, and I think it's a brilliant idea.
So the contrast of kind of just these kind of people say it's like morph, like the badgers.
Yeah, that's what I thought about. I thought it was morph when I first saw it. I really thought they were all beating up one particular morph guy in the corner, and then just turned into like a crazy kind of a bullying spree. It was just one big bullying spree.
Well, one of the fun dynamics is this kind of like choosing when to turn on your friends. So you're kind of, it's a bit like, that one of the big influences on the game was like Double Dragon, and at the end of that game you have to kind of square off against each other. It's similar to that, so you can kind of choose when you want to be a dick to your friend and when you're going to help each other. So, and even when you're trying to help each other, you'll occasionally punch your friend in the head. It's kind of
Trying to help him off a truck, punch him in the head accidentally and knock him out, and then he falls off the truck. So as much as you.
It's hilarious to watch because obviously like you can kind of grab each other and you're sort of in this sort of like odd hug roll that kind of goes on forever and ever and ever, and then the bits when they kind of jump onto a ledge and they just dangle, it's just so funny. It's just something's really cute about the animation. So how did you kind of go about doing the animation for it? Because they sort of fall like lumps of coal.
They're actually just ragdolls.
Yeah.
Just constantly, they're actually constantly falling. So yeah, we can't stop them from jiggling.
There's no animation states that have gone in. It's all generated from the movement, from the physics of the game. So
it's always endlessly new. We see something every time, and then usually in every session people play, there'll be like one surprising kind of new scenario that we hadn't anticipated or seen before.
So what other environments are planned? Because we've seen obviously the Ferris wheel, we've seen the wrestling ring, the kind of fire pit as well with the conveyor belt. What other environments are you planning to do?
But there's several more than that already in the game, like a large Ferris wheel and like the street level. But the next one is a subway station level with escalators and elevators and trains with automatic doors. Anything that can move, that could be of danger to you, basically we're going to try it. And if it's fun to play, we'll try and put it in the game in some way. That's basically our kind of working model.
Are you planning on adding a lot of extra details that can be destroyed as part of an environment, to kind of make it better?
You can fly around or be knocked over or spilled.
You were very keen on the bunting for the Ferris wheel, weren't you? There's not enough bunting in games.
The idea is basically that you can detach it, so you'd actually be able to break it and then swing across to the other side and get away, or get through someone.
What's your favourite part of the game then, guys?
I love the grinder level. Well, I love the grinder level. I love what the little guys, when you throw them in, I just love how they move, how it's their heads, how they just wobble.
They just jiggle and they sort of just do this, and it's great.
And the music on the Ferris wheel is just fantastic. I love it.
What about yourself?
Ferris wheel for me
Ferris
is
wheel,
my favourite
definitely,
level
yeah.
currently.
Ferris wheel, yeah. Swinging about on it. It's great.
What I love is when obviously if you get trapped underneath it, it could just throw you in the ocean randomly, and then that's it.
There's a lot. There's still more we can do with it. We could make the actual gondola cabins kind of break in some way as well. There's a lot we want to do with it, but it just kind of shows another dynamic. And when we've got the climbing mechanic in there, that's the full range of kind of what you could do in the game, and that's I think why I like it so much.
I mean, the lighting's really playful as well. I like the idea that you've got a lot of shadows and a lot of contrast, and it looks quite cartoony, but at the same time, I mean, it looks like it could be an actual model of plasticine. It's so realistically scaled. It's really good.
Just wanted to be the kind of most brutal party game ever, really. So it's like that contrast between the absurdity of these kind of just squashy, spongy form, gelatinous characters and kind of real beef, you know. It's just funny. It's been endlessly funny for us for like the last 3 months in development, and it doesn't stop at the moment. So we're just kind of trying to make that happen more and more for people and give them what they want. We've had a lot of suggestions for different levels and things like that. So we're always thinking about what else could these people be in? What other situations would be funny to fight in? So we've got literally like 300 things to prototype, and we'll be trying to do more.
You've got good feedback though from.
Yeah. We've been trying to reply to everybody on the forum. It's been exhausting, but it's really interesting.
I literally can't wait to beat up these squashy little, absurd, cute little figures. So thank you so much for talking to me, guys, and thanks for watching.